The starting line on the campus of Princeton University, Lake Carnegie. This is the start of we believe, the third Varsity 8 race. Taking a look here at lane assignments, this race is obviously underway. We have Temple in lane 1, LaSalle in lane 2, Georgetown lane 3, and Princeton, top of the screen, furthest from the camera, in lane 4.
All boats are off to a quick start through the breakage zone of the first 100 meters, approaching the 250 mark and getting this race underway.
That's right. Again, this is typically where we'll see these boats stride out from their high starting strokes to their base cadence. It looks like Princeton with a slightly more aggressive start, looks like a slightly more powerful shift to base. They sit up about half a boat over both Georgetown and LaSalle. Those two crews sit up about 3/4 length over the Temple 3V out in lane 1. But right now, yeah, Princeton with a commanding advantage here. First 500 meters. We are through 500 meters now. Big orange buoys on the course indicate each 500-meter mark.
Matt Cashman in the 6th seat of the Princeton 2V, twin brother of Dan Cashman in the Princeton 1V. You gotta imagine what those holiday dinners are like.
Yeah, a lot of calories ingested, I imagine. This is the 3V though, Tommy, we believe. Just so you know. I don't think there's any Cashman in this race.
Got you.
It's okay. Save it for the next one.
All right, I'll say it again.
We take a look in the middle of this second 500 here, and Princeton continues to sit up, continues to push away from the rest of the field. Princeton with an open water advantage over Georgetown and LaSalle. Georgetown and LaSalle in a little battle here for second place. They sit up almost a full boat length over T for Temple U. Coach Santiago, you are a proud Temple man yourself, are you not?
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how the Owls fare today. Although I'm hoping we can get a little extra speed right there. But I'm rooting on my Owls.
What do we know about the Temple program this year? What are early indications of speed? What are we thinking here, Santiago?
I think they have a lot of I was told by some members on the team that they got a lot of fire under them. They've got goals of winning the Dadvale and qualifying some crews for the IRAs, and they're ready.
That's right. Yeah, they're battling hard. That's for sure. It's an early part of this race. It's an early stage of the season. The Temple boys are certainly battling. We take a look back at margins, and we have Princeton up commandingly. We are past the 1,000-meter mark. We're in the middle of the third 500, and Princeton sits up, I would call it a boat and a half of open water, if not more, ahead of Georgetown. Georgetown starting to lengthen out their lead over LaSalle. They sit up bow to stern, trying to break open water away from the rest of the field. LaSalle sits up, I would call it maybe 3/4 of a length over Temple. Looks like Temple Coxon sliding into the wrong lane temporarily there. I wonder if that's going to catch the eye of the officials. But it looks like that Coxon slowly moving back into their lane. That's going to affect boat speed.
Absolutely. You want to go in a straight line down the race course, Keenan. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Is that so?
Yeah, so you don't want to make any turns and make your rowers row any more than they actually have to.
That's fair. I was no math major, but that sounds like it checks out to me.
Yep, carry the 2.
Carry the 2. Always carry the 2. Final 500 meters here. Princeton is going to get to the 500-meter mark first. Once again, looking from this 3V boat, looking super polished, super together, rowing extremely well from the Tigers. A lot of power in there. We'll see if they gear up for a sprint. But right now, they sit up a couple lengths. Let's call it 2.5 to 3 lengths of open water over the rest of the field. Georgetown currently sits in second.
Keenan, as a coxswain yourself, with a margin like this, when would you call your rowers up to start their sprint sequence?
It depends. It totally depends on the competition, depends on the stage of the season. I think for these guys, you delay it. You don't need to do it right now. You wait to react to see what the other crews are doing. But I would throw at least one bump in no matter what just to practice it.
Yep, especially when they're going to have to turn around and do another 1,000-meter piece against these boats again.
That's a good point. Yeah, this is just the first race of the day for these heavyweights. They're going to come back and do a bunch of shorter pieces, starting with a 1,000-meter race. So, yeah, these guys want to save up a little bit. But, again, I think you got to practice one of those bumps early stages of the season here, Tommy.
And if it's happening now, Keenan.
That's exactly right. We take a look. We pan out a little bit because of this advantage. Princeton, in their final 15 strokes of the race, they set up several boats of open water over Georgetown. Hard to see how the race is developing in the back here, but Princeton is going to be through in a time which we don't have, but officially in first, unofficial times. Georgetown sitting in second place. They set up one boat, maybe a touch of open water over LaSalle. They will finish here in second. LaSalle coming through in third, and the Temple Owls in lane 1 to round out the rest of the field here. That's how the 3V is going to wind up. It was Princeton, Georgetown, LaSalle,